and you're watching Dontaesboxingnation.
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So we are only about 9 days away from the biggest fight of the year. And Tyson Fury and his team, they continue to make me look like a prophet. Now, you would think that Tyson Fury would be saying everything that his supporters are saying, right? But it's the complete contrary. Tyson Fury has damn near corroborated with almost everything you guys have heard me say about this whole situation within the last, 8 or 9 months? I was on the phone with my man Aki the other day, the other member of New Media. If you haven't already subscribed to his channel and you want some more of that truth, make sure you guys subscribe to Aki TV. Now, with that being said, I was talking to Aki and we were talking about this situation with Tyson Fury. And I was saying Tyson Fury is completely cornered right now. Tyson, he tried to do everything possible to get out of this fight to no avail. Once that judge ruled in Deontay Wilder's favor, it was no way that Tyson was going to get out of this fight. So the fight was announced for July? All of a sudden, Tyson Fury, he found a way to pull the COVID card. Now he can't pull another COVID card. It's going to be kind of hard to pull out of this fight. So I was telling Aki a couple days ago, I truly feel Tyson, he feels like I got no choice but to fight this guy. The most dangerous heavyweight in the world. I have no choice but to fight him. I said, I truly believe he feels, look, man, I'm going to go in there and either I'm going to knock him out or he's going to knock me out. I'm just going to go in there and do my best. This is exactly what I told Aki. And then Tyson Fury does this solo press conference. And once again, he corroborates everything that I said. His exact words were, it's either going to be me or Deontay Wilder. He was saying, either I'm going to get knocked out in this fight or Deontay Wilder is going to get knocked out in this fight. But don't take my word for it. Let me play the clip for you. Check it out, guys.
You said you plan to do the same thing, knock him out perhaps even sooner. I assume you're still standing by that statement at this point.
Yeah. I'm going to go all guns blazing, full out attack, all the infantry, straight out the door from round one until it finishes. It's either going to be me or Wilder. And I can't anticipate it being myself. I've never had a better training camp than I've ever had. I'm in the best shape in my life. You know, all the usual bullshit that fighters say, yada, 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 yada. Great shape, best camp. You know the story, Bob.
Once or twice, right?
Oh, this is actually true this time. And most of the times for me, I'm injury free, which is the most important thing. Really looking forward to it. Can't wait. Not much more I can say. Opening comment done.
So it was two things he said of note right there. He explained that he was in the best shape of his life. He said there will be no excuses. And that pretty much shuts down all of the excuses that old media is already starting to make for Tyson Fury. Because old media and all these other races, they are absolutely terrified that the American is going to win this fight. Just think about how crazy that sounds. So the excuse that they came up with is, oh, you know, Tyson Fury, he's not motivated for this fight, so he might lose because he's not motivated because he already beat him twice. This is what they say. Even though the first fight should have been a knockout loss for Tyson Fury. But that's a whole nother story. So once again, even Tyson Fury doesn't agree with the fans that are defending him. That was the first thing he said in this piece. And then it goes back to what I said at the beginning. He says, it's either going to be me or Deontay Wilder getting knocked out. Now, let me explain why that is so revealing. How many times have you ever heard a fighter say, man, either I'm getting knocked out or I'm knocking him out? I mean, that's something you would expect to hear from a massive underdog. But if you really think about it, Tyson Fury has been talking like the underdog for quite some time. I mean, remember, he continues to admit that Deontay Wilder is the most dangerous fighter in the sport, not just in the heavyweight division. He says this man is the most dangerous fighter in the sport. In this interview, the clip that I just played, he went so far as to saying that Deontay Wilder can end your career with one punch. That's what he said. Now, guys, I want you to think about this for a second. Boxing is 80 to 90% psychological. You have to be very strong mentally to be dominant in this sport. And just think of the predicament that Tyson Fury is in right now. This man, he already feels like Deontay Wilder is the most dangerous man on the planet when it comes to that boxing ring, right? So he says to himself, man, I gotta find some kind of way to even the odds. This man can kill me with his right hand. So he decides to cheat, right? He decides to cheat. He finds himself some magical gloves and he gets the W, right? Then he wipes the sweat from his forehead like, man, that was a close call. Man, I'm glad I done got past the most dangerous heavyweight in the world. Now I can move on, fight Anthony Joshua, because that's a much easier fight, something that Tyson Fury has always said, right? He has always said AJ will be a much easier fight. It's Wilder that's the more dangerous fight, right? So imagine you feeling like, man, I just got past the most dangerous opponent. It's on to the next one. All of a sudden, a judge says, you better bring your ass back over here and get in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Remember, guys, Tyson Fury, he had said before the verdict was read when it comes to the arbitration, he had said he's never going to fight Deontay Wilder again. He doesn't care what Wilder says. He doesn't care. He's never fighting Wilder again. This is what he said. Just imagine you're in this situation and then you find out you have no choice but to fight this man. You have absolutely no choice but to fight this man. And the most important part is now you know you have to go in there and fight the most dangerous heavyweight, the most dangerous man in boxing without your magic gloves. You guys remember that little Bow Wow movie where Bow Wow, he had his magic shoes? And when he put them shoes on, he could play basketball like Michael Jordan, right? Those shoes changed his life. Those shoes made him a superstar. So for Lil Bow Wow, it was his magic shoes. But for Tyson Fury, it was his magic gloves that turned him into a superstar. And just like Tyson Fury's situation in the movie, towards the end, Lil Bow Wow, he was forced to play the game without his magic shoes. We are going to find out in 9 days how Tyson Fury is going to look without those magic gloves. And this is why it's hard for me to believe that this fight will look anything like the second fight. Even if Tyson Fury attempts to fight that way, he is going to be extremely vulnerable in this fight. You know, it kind of reminds me of Holyfield versus Riddick Bowe 3. I remember in that fight, Holyfield, he was doing pretty well. And then he would say later on that he felt something. He felt something in his chest or whatever. And he knew at that point, he could not go a whole 12 rounds. So the following round, he went out and he just went balls to the wall trying to knock out Riddick Bowe. And he would say after he got knocked out, he would say, look, man, I knew I couldn't go the whole 12 rounds. So I said to myself in this next round, either he's knocking me out or I'm knocking him out. And it was Holyfield that got knocked out. Now you fast forward to present day, and here Tyson Fury is saying it's either me or it's either Wilder getting knocked out. But it won't go to the end. This is pretty much what he said. Well, he may be a prophet when it comes to somebody getting knocked out, because somebody is definitely getting knocked out in 9 days. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at ScalpCarolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, ScalpCarolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, ScalpCarolinas, to get this done.